Here I am, back on YouTube. Something that I struggle doing these days, and most of you watching this will know why. So let's... This is important enough that I haven't done any of this. My hair is sticking up all over the place. I'm not ready for this at all. But I am ultra ready for this because I was expecting these to come through in about a week and a half's time. 1990, Hythe in Southampton, and I am wearing a pair of white Air Flights high tops with neon green accents on the shoe and neon green tongues in this kind of nice pentagon-y shaped kind of thing going on with blue embroidery on the front. They were genuinely beautiful. They were always as white can be. They didn't smell too good because I was a sweaty teenager, but that's how it is. And my friend Kevin had a pair of Mark V Jordans, and they were just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. And yet, his parents were fairly well off, and Jordans back then were expensive, and now they're expensive. But I've always loved shoes. I've always loved shoes. Whenever I've had an important thing to do in my life, I have had new shoes on. Not shoes, but trainers. Okay? When I met Emily at Roll Out Roll Call, I was wearing a brand new pair of bright white Adidas high tops. When we went to my little boy's funeral, I bought a pair of these to celebrate because I've always wanted a proper pair of Air Jordans. I bought a pair of Jordan Spike Eyes, Spike Z or whatever they're cost, which are a mismatch of Mark 6 tongues with Mark 4 hooks, but Mark 5 actual soles and that sort of stuff in black and purple because I'm sick of having white shoes that get dirty all the time. But every time I've done something important in my life, it has been with a nice new white shiny beautiful pair of shoes because it's just important to me. Now is not the time to be buying more shoes. Now is not the time to be doing a lot of things. However, sometimes, just sometimes in life, something comes up that you know, oh, scarred the box, is the most important thing in the world ever. That isn't important at all, but is ultimately just so important to you, it's unbelievable. And that thing happened recently. Now, because I bought a couple of pair of shoes and because I've got in... Nike announced that they weren't just reissuing a pair of Air Jordans, because you can buy Air Jordans left, right and centre. You can buy Mark 3s and Mark 4s and Mark 5s in whatever colourways you want. They do loads of crazy stuff these days. And you can just go and pick them up. Every 6 months or so there's a new Jordan. If you want wear a pair of classic Jordans, you can just buy them. But you have to get them in crazy colourways. This year they released the Retro 3, and I've just put a big white line through the middle of the top of the box, which I'm very upset about, and I'm going to have to keep the box for these because there's a very important reason why I've got them. Nike Air Jordan Retro 3 in flame red with the proper plastic doodahs here. They don't have the 23 logo on the side, but they have a gigantic Nike Air logo on the back, which is just magnificent. Whoever laced these up, laced them up horrible. I think this is how they come laced out of the factory, actually. Now, to tell the story on these, I've told Emily 100 times, when they come out, I'm buying them. And she's always been like, yeah, whatever. When they come out, I'm buying them. Yeah, it's fine, whatever. And then they came out. And I didn't see them because I've been looking on Size, the company that I've bought a lot of the other shoes from. And turns out these came out on Foot Asylum and I completely missed them. So I had to go to eBay. So I have paid a tiny bit over the odds. I think I never actually saw them come out on release. I don't think they came out on release. I think I had to sort of get a pair off eBay. I had to have a pair. They've got reflective 3M tongues, and if you put actual direct light on them, these light up like a workman's jacket. They've got proper clear soles with the Jumpman logo underneath. This is taken off old P-38 World War II aeroplanes because it was inspired by the jagged teeth, which meant business and they meant war, and that's what Michael Jordan was. If you've been watching the thing that's on telly about Michael Jordan, they're asymmetric, which I didn't know because they're thin on this side but really fat on this side to cushion the ankle bone. They've got loads of cardboard inside which I need to save to keep the shape. I cannot tell you how important these shoes are to me, but more importantly, I cannot even begin to tell you how long I wanted a pair of these shoes. These shoes came out in 1990. And one of the reasons why it's so important to have these is because you can only really get... Someone's going to piss on my parade for this because there are loads of people that are way more into shoes than I am. But that's okay, I don't mind, you lot go ahead. But this is the Air Jordan Retro 3 because they've only been released in this colourway 3 times because this is the colourway to have. For me, this is the colourway to have. For a lot of people, this is the colourway to have. There have been an awful lot of shoes that have been released in crazy, crazy colourways, but they didn't have the 3M tongue. They've had changes on them. And this is the first time that they've made them for me. The reason I had to buy these is because they're my wedding shoes. I'm not actually getting married yet. I haven't asked her, have I, love?
No.
But I did tell her quite clearly that I have to buy these because if and when we do get married, I need to go down the aisle in these, in a suit and a pair of bright white Air Jordans, because I've always joked about it. It's always something that I wanted to do. I am not a conventional human being, and these are going to be the ultimate aid to me not being conventional. I actually have in the drawer over there a pair of Mr. Lacey's extra fat laces to put in these, which don't really work, but I'm not wearing them. I can't wear them. I'm going to put them on top of the box on a display somewhere out of the bright sunlight so that by the time I get to actually wear them, they're not all yellow. But I'm just going to put these out. I'm going to try them on. I'm going to lace them up so they look beautiful, and then I'm going to put them on the side. They've got a mark on them, which I'm a little unhappy about, but... Oh, Smuzno, not doing videos anymore, but just really wanted... These are very important to me. I love them.